or belief of purification, and they've sort of tweaked it and altered it, the Jesse Itzler, the all-day running team, where the Musogi is a year-defining challenge. It's picking something that scares you and going after it anyway. So in 2022, my Musogi was a marathon because it scared me. And generally, physical Musogis, it's not that they're low-hanging fruit, but they're obvious paths towards the thing that scare you. They don't have to be physical. So Sean Curry, the host of My First Million, his Musogi, he heard from Jesse, he heard about the Musogi, was deciding to learn to play the piano. It was really cool. He did a vlog the other day, or posted it a couple of months ago, where he got to sit down and play the piano for Jesse and Sarah at his house in Atlanta and say, I did this because of you. This was my year-defining challenge. And he played him a song. It was a really cool moment. And so I just encourage people to pick the year-defining challenge, the thing that scares you. Maybe it's diving more deeply into your faith, spending time in the Word every day. Maybe it's saving an amount of money that you think might be difficult to adhere to because it requires a degree of discipline you've never adhered to before. Maybe it is physical. And so for me, honestly, my Musogi this year is this travel thing. Because it makes me uncomfortable, dude. I've never done anything like this. Never been gone for more than 2 weeks, maybe 3 at a time. And I grew up in Atlanta, had places all over Atlanta, but I've never lived anywhere else, and now I live nowhere. It's so the opposite of everything I've ever done. And Jesse actually pointed that out to me. I talked about the London Marathon being my Musogi, but I'm not really going to try to break my body doing that. I'm not going to go for I'm gunning for a 3:30 marathon, but I think I can do that. And so for me, it's this year defining challenge is, can I stay out of Atlanta for 6 months to a year? And that seems like kind of crazy to me. I'm not going to see my friends, I'm not going to see my mom, my siblings, my niece. There's a big part of my okayness associated with home. And so it makes me a little nervous to think about being on the road. And then there's the daily stress that comes with that. Like, I got dressed today out of a suitcase. And you have so many clothes. I have 90% of my worldly possessions are in my mom's basement back home because I moved them out of my apartment and put them there. And you learn, or I've learned, what I really need and what I really don't need. My year-defining challenge. And I want to encourage everybody to pick something that scares them, just a little bit. And like that you're not totally sure that you can do. That's why running is such a great example. 99% of people, legitimately 99% of people will never run a marathon. They just can't conceptualize running 26 miles. And so maybe it's a marathon, maybe it's a half, maybe it's a 5K. Doesn't matter. Maybe it's going to the fucking gym for 3 times a week for 6 months because you've never done that and that scares you. Everyone's got a relative baseline for Musogi, and it's irrefutable evidence for the new identity that you want to affirm about yourself, whatever that is.
Great segue, because my next question, you talk about